Have you ever wondered if there's another way than just using masking fluid for watercolors? I have an answer for you. Yes, there is. This is a wax stick. What do you do with it? So first of all, it's just wax. It feels and it acts like a candle. With a wax stick, you don't have to wait for it to dry. It works best with a rough watercolor paper. However, you can also use it on a cold pressed watercolor paper. Just make sure your cold pressed watercolor paper has a texture. I use a wax stick whenever I paint a seascape. Whatever you see, there's some foam or you want to add like some effect highlights on the sand, for example, use the wax stick. But practice before, because again, it depends how much pressure you put on that wax stick when you press on the paper. Sometimes I press really hard to get deep in there, and so the surface is like waxy and smooth, and sometimes I'll barely touch the paper. Either way, it works really nice. And some of the paint actually might get over that wax. And when it does, it creates a softer transition. I painted these plums, and in one of the plums, I used this wax stick. You want to go kind of gently around that biggest highlight there, and then you create like a softer and softer and softer transition. I use a wax stick whenever I paint animals' eyes, for example, and there's a tiny highlight. I will press harder with that wax stick toward the paper just so I can have a highlight and I don't have to worry about it later, like preserving the light when I paint that iris or pupil. You can sharpen it, and I use a paper knife for this. But you might use a lot of wax during the process of sharpening it, so just keep that in mind. These are amazing. This is just like a candle, nothing more to it, but it does the trick. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe and like this video and share with others that might use this helpful tip.